Monica is tracking more on those fire conditions tonight, Monica.
I keep thinking of how that team has transitioned from COVID to EDD and now fires. It just seems like, they're just always on some kind of massive story here. As far as the surface smoke that's moving through the area, you might notice that moon is orange once again. It's not necessarily reaching all the way to the ground, but it is right up there at just above the surface level and around the Caldor fire. What happens overnight is we start to see that smoke settle into some of the lowest parts of the valley near that fire. So it isn't going to see that big plume of smoke necessarily coming off of that fire. It's settling down into the canyons and some of the ridges as well. Temperature trend. Now with the haze, you can see what happened here. The days that we saw the thick smoke, by Wednesday, we were already down to 83 degrees. With that high pressure ridge, we were forecasting numbers to be up in the 90s, but that haze has kept us really on the cooler side of things. Today, we reached highs in the mid to upper 80s region-wide. Marysville a little bit warmer at 93. Upper 70s to mid 80s for Auburn, Placerville, and Jackson. Low 70s with sunny skies for the Tahoe region. That's about to change, though. Our Gilmore backyard right now, we have hazy conditions, 64 degrees for Sacramento, 67 for Stockton. We're at 71 for Modesto and Marysville. Still clear at Tahoe, 56 degrees. Let's take a look at how this smoke is going to transition over the next couple of days. We start off with tonight, where we're looking at generally moderate to unhealthy air still throughout the valley and really clustered around the Dixie Fire, the Caldor Fire. But we have a couple fires burning in northwest California as well. The River and the Monument Fire still putting off quite a bit of smoke. That's mostly hugging the west side of the state. But every now and then when we get that southwest flow coming in, that's going to push that smoke back into the valley. So we're really socked in at this point. Things are coming in from all different directions. By the time we pick up just the slightest bit of a stronger southwest wind, that's going to start to push that smoke into the Tahoe Basin. So if you have travel plans into the high country this weekend, expect to see a lot of smoke in that region. Also through the foothills, we're not going to get too much of a break. Near the Delta, though, where we have a little bit better push from the Pacific, we'll start to see some better clearing. And all of this is supported by a couple of low pressure systems that will be moving our way to the north of us. We're going to see some cooler weather come in before this high pressure ridge starts to build in. Highs for tomorrow, right about 80 for the Sierra. We're in the 80s to near 90 for the foothills, with our 5-day forecast showing us stable conditions, sunny skies, but again, a lot of haze, especially by late Friday through Saturday. Highs in the 60s along the coast. We're in the 80s to right around 90 throughout the valley. But again, every place that has some heavier smoke, some thicker haze, that's going to keep those temperatures down, as we've been seeing pretty much for the past couple of days. Our 10-day forecast, you can see that cooler weather coming in. Saturday's highs only in the mid 80s, and that's not necessarily due to smoke. That's just because of our cooler weather pattern settling in. But by next week, we're back in the 90s.